Hello everyone! Today we will show you inventions and gadgets you'd really want to see with your own eyes, or even buy them right away. A mask for private conversations, an exoskeleton for lifting heavy loads, a giant foldable TV, and even more impressive inventions. Let's get it on. Since the invention of the rocket, there has been only one way to launch satellites and people in space. But maybe there are alternatives. California startup Spin Launch proves that there just might be. This colossus, which is higher than the Statue of Liberty, is the world's first kinetic launch system. It launches rockets into space using a giant centrifuge accelerator. This is how it works. A rotating arm spins inside the vacuum chamber, accelerating the projectile to supersonic speed in a few minutes. No engine needed. After that, the projectile breaks through the membrane and rushes into the atmosphere. The company has already successfully tested its device by launching a prototype rocket into the upper atmosphere, and in the future, it plans to launch satellites into orbit. If things work out for Spin Launch, one launch will cost 10 times less than before, and will also release zero harmful emissions into the atmosphere. Can you guess the purpose of this spectacular aircraft? Believe it or not, this is an ultralight aircraft for farmers, designed by the American startup Rise Aero Technologies. You can easily fly around your fields to quickly inspect the crops, and the best thing is, you don't even need a pilot's license. Moreover, it takes less than an hour to learn the controls. The device also has a vertical takeoff and landing function, so you don't have to bother looking for the runway. And most importantly, the aircraft runs on batteries, and one charge is good for almost half an hour of uninterrupted flight, and you can accelerate up to 62 miles per hour. Turns out even trash bins can be smart. Well, at least the ones made by one Finnish company. Check out the urban waste collection system they came up with. People put their garbage in bins for sorting, and then it's sent underground along special pipes. Forget about garbage trucks and exhaust fumes. It's interesting that these pipes are connected to metro lines. The waste is carried along the underground pipes to the shared waste transfer station. So, alas, this system won't work in small towns, at least yet. This futuristic ship looks like something that came out of a cartoon. But this is not a ship of villainous pirates. It's the creation of an American company, Marine Advanced Robotics. Why do you think they chose such a weird shape? It's simple. Since the passenger or cargo compartment rises so high above the water, the ship can handle even the strongest storm, which means WAM-V can perform its duties even in the most extreme conditions. And by the way, it can also run on electric motors and move autonomously. A similar concept is employed by servo yachts. They invented an unusual yacht called the Martini, which stands out among other boats thanks to unique floats. They reduce the ocean's swell and not only make the swimming experience more comfortable, but also protect passengers from critical situations during bad weather. The human world also has a ring of power, though it looks a bit different than in the Tolkien universe. Check out a device called the Zenzo S-Ring, which can perform a number of different functions, even despite its small size. You can turn the device into a headset or a USB drive, use it to pay for purchases, give a distress signal in an emergency, and control other gadgets with it. The Ring features 4 GB of memory, Bluetooth 5.0 interface, NFC, proximity sensor, accelerometer, microphone, and a loudspeaker. Charging this ring takes less than an hour, and in standby mode, the battery's good for almost 2 days. One Delaware startup has invented a real device of the future. The idea is to use the energy of plant photosynthesis to replace conventional electricity. You just plug your wireless speaker, headphones, phone, or smartwatch into a smart plant pot and solar panel, just like into a power outlet. The most amazing thing is that charging will take no longer than usual. By the way, You have to grow the plant yourself using the seeds included in the kit. It'll take you 15 days. To make gardening simple, the plant will give you voice alerts when it needs to be watered or fertilized. Everyone around keeps talking about how agriculture is destroying the planet, but no one offers any solutions to this issue. Well, the US company Iron Ox has an answer. This is an automated farm which grows crops using robots and solar energy. Robots carry plants to different parts of the greenhouse, plant them, and collect information about the health and growth rate of each crop. And not only that, you might have noticed that there's no soil on this farm. This is because Iron Ox uses hydroponics. That is, growing plants without soil thanks to special nutrient solutions, which means that you can harvest crops all year round. Science fiction writers would surely be happy to see this video. We are now in Saudi Arabia, where they're building an actual city of the future. About 9 million people will be able to live in the city called The Line on just 13 square miles of area. For comparison, New York alone, not including the agglomerations, is home to roughly the same number of people, but its area is 36 times bigger. But space saving is not everything this new city can offer. There will be no roads, no cars, and no emissions here. All the objects required for life will be located within a 5-minute walk from any housing, and the high-speed rail will take you from one side of the city to the other in just 20 minutes. But don't think that the line will feature urban space only. The creators want to preserve the natural landscape as much as possible, and use only green energy sources in order to conserve the environment. Seems like today we can 3D print anything. We mean literally anything, even houses. See for yourself, there is a whole 3D printed community in Texas. Each of the houses was created by Icon with a special device for construction printing, and starting next year, they will welcome first tenants. The company's also working on other cool projects, like printing housing for the homeless and partnering with NASA to build homes on the moon. If you're tired of sneakers from well-known brands, here's an exclusive model for you: 3D printed sneakers. They were designed by Stefan Henrik from Germany. He was inspired by mythical creatures like Bigfoot. Just check out this original sole. It's interesting that thanks to the flexible elastomer on top, the sneakers look more like socks and adapt to the wearer's movements. Moreover, before buying them, you can scan your foot, and then the sneakers will fit your feet perfectly and feel like a second skin. It'd seem that a pool party in such a house couldn't get even grander, but this device will definitely take it to a new level. What you see is the world's first foldable TV from the Seed company. The giant TV emerges from the ground in just 30 seconds, with the screen rising to a height of more than 14 feet. The position allows you to enjoy your favorite movies and sports shows, especially since the screen diagonal is a whopping 200 inches. By the way, the seams between the folding panels are well concealed, and the screen can rotate in different directions. And it will only cost you $600,000. Did you know that about 1 billion people in the world have no access to a reliable supply of food, medicine, and machine parts? Startup Elroy Air from Silicon Valley has a solution to this problem. Meet a unique drone that can deliver cargo weighing more than 440 pounds over almost 30 miles. This flight range is achieved thanks to a hybrid powertrain, which draws power from electric traction and a jet turbine. The main feature of the drone is an automated cargo handling system. That helps eliminate the need for human labor during the loading process. The machines take care of it, and all you have to do is arrange containers on the site. However, The creators of the drone promise they'll soon increase autonomy to the maximum. Then, the drone won't need human loaders or mechanics for recharging and refueling. Everyone who has worked from home has been there. As soon as you're ready for a video call, everyone at home suddenly starts making a lot of noise. Finally, this problem is solved. All you have to do is buy this mask, which not only reduces ambient noise by 15 decibels, but also muffles your conversations. You only need to figure out how to explain to everyone at the meeting why you look like that. The next invention can really turn you into a superhero. This is a carbon fiber frame exoskeleton manufactured by the German company Cray X. This exoskeleton easily handles extremely wet or dusty work environments, making it perfect for use in warehouses, construction sites, and workshops. In addition, the exoskeleton is powered by a battery and supports the lower back while you handle heavy loads. It also gently pushes the user's legs when he's walking forward. This way, even workers with an average level of physical fitness will be able to easily lift and carry loads weighing up to 66 pounds. You must have heard about the benefits of walking barefoot, but frankly, it's not very safe unless you've got this German invention, which feels great on your feet, and at the same time protects them from damage. The creators claim that such shoes adapt to the individual shape of your feet and don't harm them, unlike tight shoes or heavy sneakers. At the World Expo, countries always demonstrate the most daring and advanced inventions. Here, for example, is an amazing installation that the Netherlands presented to the world. If you have no idea what's going on here, we'll explain. This project explores the problem of the climate crisis and represents a special circular climate environment. See this green cone almost 65 feet high? It's covered with edible plants and mushrooms, and thanks to its structure, it can regulate the temperature and humidity inside. The system extracts up to 800 liters of water per day from the humid air, using it to irrigate plants, proving they can actually thrive in a real desert. Guide dogs help millions of blind people every day. But not everyone can keep pets at home. For situations like this, a British student studying industrial design has developed an innovative device called Thea, which essentially replaces a service animal. In order to create this compact device, the inventor carefully studied technologies from the field of augmented reality and unmanned control. The result is a handy gyroscope, which is equipped with a LiDAR and a camera. It generates a map of space and guides the user to their destination using voice commands. Check out this neat device. Don't blame people who live in megacities for becoming extremely lazy. This robot from Panasonic was designed not for everyone, but specifically for people who can't take care of themselves. Thanks to the unique design of soft fingers, the shampooing experience feels like the most caring hairdresser in a premium salon. Moreover, this robot can also dry your hair after the session. Today, many companies are switching to green energy sources. However, not all of them are stable and reliable. The wind can be weak, and the sun sets below the horizon every day. Meanwhile, the energy of ebbs and flows is much easier to control. The SR2000 turbine, located off the coast of Scotland, uses this energy to power as many as 830 households all year round. At the same time, the operation of the turbine doesn't depend on weather conditions. It easily withstands a storm and even 13-foot waves. Well, wind could also become a reliable source of electricity. Just check out this creative eco-building project called Weta, created by a Russian scientist. The project is based on using wind power plants with a vertical axis of rotation. Unlike propeller wind generators, that is, ordinary windmills, they don't depend on the direction and strength of the wind. As a result, the power plants of the Weta project can operate in all weather conditions, because they can concentrate the airflow. And most importantly, such inventions can be used not only in a deserted field, but also in city buildings, which will generate twice the amount of electricity they consume. Meet Cyber One, an impressive android from the famous company Xiaomi. It can not only talk to you on various topics like any voice assistant, it can even detect your emotions. To be more precise, it can recognize 45 of them. That is why a conversation with this android will be frighteningly realistic. Though Cyber One isn't just cute, it can also prove useful. For example, in the future, it will likely become an excellent household assistant. After all, the android can generate the map of a room, move around, and also carry small objects. Gamers rejoice. Recently, the sub-brand of Asus introduced a powerful new product. These are the world's first contact lenses optimized for video games. Thanks to artificial intelligence, the lenses track the movements of your eyes and head, and based on this data, adjusts the camera during the gaming experience. The most interesting thing is that you can set up customized shortcuts. For example, you can save your game by blinking twice. Sounds too good to be true? Well, we've got to be honest with you, it is just a joke. This is how the company decided to celebrate April Fool's Day this year. However, the fans weren't frustrated. They simply asked the company to keep working on the product because they're ready to pay any money for it. This invention will hardly be launched into mass production anytime soon, but just looking at it makes you feel good. This peculiar train for 1 or 2 people can move along the railway tracks completely autonomously, which means you no longer depend on schedules, delays, and other passengers. Would you take it for a drive? Any ideas why this pal lays rubber on the water? Actually, this is an agricultural tool widely used in Asia for many years, and even in some Western countries. Here's how it works. A floating platform with holes for pots is installed off the coast. Then it's time to place plants in the holes. Most often it's rice because it needs a huge amount of water to grow. Then the crop is harvested and the next batch of plants is inserted into the holes because this platform is reusable. Simple yet brilliant. Such a small device will be of particular interest to those who love deep diving. What you see is an elegant device that replaces bulky scuba gear and allows you to maneuver and move freely underwater without carrying extra weight. It's worth noting that when using the device, the bubbles flow around the back of the head when swimming to not get in the way of the user's vision. The air supply hose is attached to the head so it doesn't obstruct your field of motion. And time to get back to the present. This is it for today, buddy. Share in the comments which invention impressed you the most, and what else you hope to see in the near future. Don't forget to hit the like button, and don't miss the next compilation. See you soon.